NCAA Women's Championship presented by Capital One. Sweet 16 showdown tonight in Lexington, Kentucky. It's the 3-seed Texas and the 2-seed Stanford here at Rupp Arena. The winner will have a date Sunday at noon with the Fighting Irish of Notre Dame, the #1 seed in the region. They rolled over Ohio State 99-76. And they have advanced to the Elite Eight. We welcome you inside Rupp Arena. Beth Bowens, along with Debbie Antonelli. Let's go inside, Debbie, and talk about two stars of the game, Erica McCall for Stanford and the freshman Joyner Holmes for Texas.
Beth, if you haven't seen Joyner Holmes, you better stick right where you are. This kid can play at 6'3". She has a body of a post player, can finish around the rim, can offensive rebound, but she handles like a guard in the face-up game. When she rebounds, she can fill the lane and go. And for Stanford, it's their senior, Erica McCall. She's very good block to block. She can score elbow to elbow. She gives them a pick and pop game, and she gives them great balance to the three-point shooting that they're going to need to bring to the game tonight to beat an overplaying, aggressive Texas defense.
And Allison Williams, it has not been easy for the Cardinal to get here tonight.
It has not been, but you know how it goes. There's no such thing as an easy road to the Sweet 16, but that's been the case for Stanford, both literally and figuratively. In fact, there was a scheduling conflict at their home gym, so they had to go on the road the first 2 rounds instead of hosting. They traveled to Manhattan, Kansas, and while there for their game Monday, the bus broke down on the way to the gym several times. They finally arrived, won. After the game, they went to return to Palo Alto, but were unable to because of mechanical issues with their charter. So the team elected to not go back home and just head straight to Lexington. That means 9 straight days on the road, and it's finals week. So 19 finals were taken in hotel banquet rooms yesterday, and you could tell these players were pretty relieved to go from biochemistry right into basketball and just focus on the Sweet 16 now.
Unproctored, we might add, because at Stanford, you're on the honor system. Here are the Capital One starting lineups for Texas and Stanford. Brooke McCarty, the first player in UT history to be the Big 12 Player of the Year. And for Stanford, they got a win over Texas early in the season. It was Brittany McPhee who went off for a career-high 28 points for the Cardinal. They also have Carly Samuelson, one of the top 3-point shooters in the country, the 6-foot senior from Huntington Beach, of course, the older sister of Katie Lou Samuelson of the UConn Huskies. Winner will get Notre Dame on Sunday afternoon, and here's Kelsey Lang stepping outside. They will have the size advantage with Lang and Holmes.
Texas is bigger, they're longer, they're more athletic, they play an overplaying, aggressive defense. Stanford will play a little bit more of a soft man as Bird hits her first shot. That's Erica McCall, their senior that we told you about.
6'3" frontline player out of Bakersfield, California. It's a Stanford team that won the Pac-12 tournament this year after the Oregon State Beavers took the regular season title. There's Holmes on the drive.
She can catch, face up, and score from any part of the floor, and she's strong around the rim. You cannot knock her off her line. At 6'3", she plays like a guard.
A lot of Texas fans are hoping that Holmes will have her coming out party here tonight on the national scene, including Karen Aston, the 5th-year head coach. They were in the Elite Eight a year ago, bowed out to UConn. She was the Big 12 Coach of the Year this season. They grabbed Coach, Player, Rookie, and Defensive Player of the Year honors in the league, even though Baylor won the regular season title and the tournament crown.
15 wins in conference play, the most in Texas history.
Excuse me, West Virginia took the tournament title with an impressive run to the postseason championship.
By design, there will be certain players in a Texas uniform that will look like they're wide open. Tara Vanderveer is going to protect inside out. She's going to try to turn Joyner Holmes, number 24, that freshman, into a passer.
This is Samuelson. They'll run out at her, try and take away her 3. That's what they did in the regular season matchup. And there's Kaylee Johnson, the 6'3" junior from Casper, Wyoming.
There's an example of that overplay I'm talking about, Beth. Nice backdoor cut to the rim. Nice delivery by Samuelson.
Atkins, they're going to force her to prove she can make the outside shot as Lang cleans up the miss.
What will be important for Texas is defend the three-point line and to offensive rebound. They have an advantage. Their guards are very good at crashing the glass.
McPhee and one. Brittany McPhee will get a trip to the free throw line. The junior out of Normandy Park, Washington. 6 times this year, scored over 20, including her career high 28 over Texas. Foul is on Atkins, her first. Ariel has been in some foul trouble in the postseason. She has to stay on the floor tonight.
As we've mentioned, these two teams met early in the season. First game for Texas. It was a win on the road, a win at home by Stanford.
Short corner line, good box out. Stanford's got it.
Both these teams are different, and I think what really makes them different is the 4 position. Joyner Holmes has improved, and when Tara Vanderveer, the head coach for Stanford, goes to the bench, Alana Smith comes in, and she's had the hot hand for them.
Roberson will reset. Samuelson off the bounce. Offensive rebound, and the putback is good from McCall.
Big board on the weak side, and Samuelson, that's the way you got to try to make her score. She's got to move her feet.
Atkins had it blocked by McPhee. Stanford will push when it's available. McPhee cranked up the 3, and a foul on the rebound is going to be on McCarty. Tara Vanderveer, 80 NCAA tournament wins, over 1,000 wins all time. Joining Pat Summitt and Mike Krzyzewski, the only coaches with over 1,000. Johnson steps up and under, and here comes Joyner Holmes.
This is what makes her special right here.
Look at the handle and a foul on Roberson.
That's it, Beth. 6'3", off the glass. We don't need no stinking outlet pass. This is going right to the rim. There's not many with size that can do this in the women's game. Hesitation, beautiful.
Her coach says she's got a point guard brain, but she's got more than that. She's got the point guard handle as well. Really a cerebral player. Karen Aston, I think all year long, has said once Joyner figures out just how good she can be, it's going to be trouble for the rest of the country.
I don't even think she's figured it out yet.
No.
And she's been very productive in the latter stages of the season, giving them a chance to advance to the Elite 8 if they can win here.
9-5 Cardinal early on. Here is Alana Smith in the trail position. Held ball will stay with Stanford. Alana's had a hot month. In fact, in her last 10 games, averaging 15 points per game. Or the first international player that's ever played for Tara in 3 decades. Out of Australia. Smith will try again. Missed her first couple shots.
I mean, 2 good looks from outside the arc for Smith.
McCarty. Couple of skip passes. Holmes will try. Again, that sagging Stanford defense inviting those shots.
Holmes has made 2 threes all season. I wouldn't expect that she'd be looking to take that shot right now. But look at the contact on the ball handler.
McCall.
And I'm just as surprised at a pick and pop early out of Erica McCall.
Joyner Holmes. The only one Stanford's going to defend out there is number 11, McCarty, and they'll invite another ill-advised 3.
It's a sagging man-to-man, and Texas talked today at their shoot-around about stepping into all those shots. It's not a new defense for them, and there's a lot of contact on that as well.
Smith bumped by Holmes. Here comes Holmes. Pulls up, drops it off for Taylor.
I'm telling you, that is special. And Joyner Holmes looks at Karen Aston, pulling on her shirt and says, "Get me out, I'm tired, I need a break." If I saw that and I was Tara Vanderveer, I'd run something right at her.
Samuelson gets inside and scores. Yeah, Holmes is struggling to get up the floor right now.
Brooke McCarty, number 11, being guarded by Marta Cizik. Number 13 in white, trying to play McCarty for no catch.
Baseline shot is good. Adrienne Caron-Goudreau, the junior out of Quebec, Canada. Samuelson. Got it.
88 made threes on the season. She has got the third best career three-point percentage in the history of Stanford basketball at 44%. And look at the cushion that you give Holmes. You're going to turn her into a passer, make her give it up, and not let her catch it in an area on the floor where she can be dangerous.
Texas hitting just 4 of its first 12 shots. Another offensive rebound here for McCall. Going right at Holmes, goes to the left hand and gets it.
That is a big-time counter by Erica McCall. That's the senior giving the freshman a little bit of a teaching lesson.
16-9, Cardinal jumping in front. Holmes will try.
It's all that hesitation, Beth.
Yep.
You know, it's not a catch and shoot. It's a catch. Oh, I'm open. Shoot it. No, pass it.
McCarty reaches in for the steal, and Brooke will have the layup the other way. Timeout called by Texas. They need to get some subs on there. They're down 5.
HAW is the acronym Texas wears on their shirts and on their bracelets. It stands for hard at work, but they also have the hashtag 196. That's the mileage between Austin to Dallas, the site of this year's Final Four. The team's motto was simple. It's going to take a lot of work to get there. But going into conference play, Coach Aston said the team was so far from having the practice habits necessary to get to Dallas. They completely stopped talking about it and only focused on the work it was going to take. She said at that point, Dallas seemed like a lot longer than a 3-hour trip. They knew it was going to take a lot more to get there, and they're focused on it now more than ever.
Well, I'm concerned, Allison, that they had to burn a timeout because they were tired.
That's what makes that so interesting. Joyner Holmes, they had to get her out of the game. She was gassed.
She asked to come out about 4 trips before they called the timeout.
So they use a timeout there. Let's see if they can reset coming out of the break. Offensive rebound again for Stanford. That's their 5th already. So Holmes checked out right now. Good run that time by McCarty. Gets the assist to Caron-Goudreau.
Remember, Brooke McCarty at 5'4", 120 pounds, was named the Big 12 Player of the Year this year. Just a junior, the point guard for Texas.
First time, believe it or not, for a Texas player to win that honor.
And in the history of our game, there's only been one other player in the power leagues that has won their conference Player of the Year at 5'4", and that's Angel Goodrich, who won it at Kansas in 2012 in the Big 12 as well.
What was Ivory Ladder? 5'5"?
Ivory wanted to be 5'6" on every single thing.
Remember you arguing with her all the time. Yeah.
Ivory, too bad.
The great at North Carolina, yeah. Roberson. This is Samuelson. A lot on the perimeter right now for the Cardinals. And an offensive foul going to be called on McCall setting the screen.
An emphasis in our game is that dribble handoff screen right there, and that was a good call by the officials.
McCarty and Holmes out right now. Should Sutton, #1, is running the point.
Lock and trail by McPhee on Atkins. Force a tough contested jumper.
Offensive rebound for Lang. Atkins was quiet through the first couple of rounds offensively. Texas looking to get her going. Get some more scoring outside. Nice feed by Lang. Karan Goudreau with the bucket.
Nice roll to the bucket. Nice rise by Lang. It created the space in the high-low game.
McCall gets it back. She'll drive. And up and around on the left side.
Look, she is tough. She is crafty as McCall. She's got the entire skill set, left or right hand.
8 points, 4 rebounds here in the first quarter for McCall. Final 30 seconds. They'll sag off of Taylor, the Big 12's Defensive Player of the Year. Boy, how about Karan Goudreau here early on? Taking advantage of some extra minutes. She's got 8.
Maybe Karen Aston will be pleased that she did call that timeout to get Joyner Holmes out. Let's see if it doesn't hurt them late in the game.
McPhee denied, trying to beat the buzzer. A 1-point lead for Stanford. Allison will be with Karen Aston on the other side.
Welcome back to Lexington in our second regional semifinal of the night here with Texas head coach Karen Aston. Coach, what happened in that first quarter that led to the timeout there?
Well, I thought we shot the ball way too quick, too many times. So we need to establish our inside game. I thought we settled, started making better decisions offensively. And, you know, it's going to be that kind of game, I think. But we have to make better decisions.
When Joyner Holmes gets back in there, when will that be and what does she need to do?
She just checked back in.
Okay.
Just take better shots, be a little more patient. She's a freshman. She was anxious.
Thank you.
So Joyner Holmes is back out there to start the second quarter. 7 minutes in that first. She had 3 points, 3 rebounds. As we went a while there, Debbie, without a whistle, and they were getting up and down the floor. And as Karen Aston just told Allison, the youngster needed to catch her breath, and now good to go here in the second. Stanford's owning the glass right now, and that's one of the reasons why they're up a point on Texas. McCarty will stay over there on the sideline to open up this second.
I'll tell you, the Stanford band won't have to catch their breath. They go now. That is a fantastic group over there. They are fun to watch. They entertain in the breaks.
Texas got 8 points off its bench, including Karan Goudreau, who was a spark for them.
Good D by Sneezik. You come with a short closeout on Sutton. She is capable of making a play.
Atkins. Short on the pull-up. Long rebound to the Longhorns.
Contested jump shots right now is what Texas has been settling for. You just heard what Karen Aston said to Allison.
Joyner Holmes attacking Smith. Shot blocked.
Good no call by the officials. Watch Joyner Holmes through the elbows. You only need one dribble. Good D by Smith.
And then Smith lost the handle out of bounds. We're going to say she didn't have possession. No reset on the shot clock. Atkins on the drive. Too high off the window.
Good job sitting on her left hand, making her go right.
McCall short. Here comes McCarty with the push. Trail is Lang. One and done. Samuelson's got some space. And Smith with the offensive rebound. Samuelson thought about another.
She's got range.
Karen Aston just said, get out on her.
She's so smart. She plays well without the basketball to Samuelson.
Smith working on Holmes. Got it.
That's a great set by Texas. Excuse me, by Stanford.
Atkins will try for three, and it's good.
Ariel Atkins and Brooke McCarty are the two players you have to guard outside the three-point line.
That's her first basket. She had missed her first 5 shots. Sneezik. In and out. Here comes McCarty again. Knocked out of bounds by Jonah Holmes. So coverage of the Division I Men's Basketball Championship. Sweet 16 continues tonight on CBS and TBS. For more info, go to ncaa.com. Congratulations to North Carolina and South Carolina, your 2 winners on the men's side so far tonight.
Couldn't be happier for Frank Martin and Sindarius Thornwell for South Carolina. Of course, Coach Martin, the head basketball coach, and South Carolina women will be playing tomorrow to go to the Elite Eight.
They got Quinnipiac tomorrow afternoon, 4 o'clock on ESPN.
Beautiful ball fake by Erica McCall.
McCarty weaving her way through traffic. Atkins got some confidence from knocking down that shot a moment ago.
Yeah, so here's what Tar Vanderveer's thinking. Those are some tough shots they're making, okay? So we're doing a good job forcing the shots that we want them to take. Texas got to keep making plays. I don't think Stanford will change what they're doing defensively.
McCall looking for 3.
Erica McCall didn't make any threes her freshman and sophomore year. She's made 19 her junior and senior year combined. She's taken 2 so far in the first half.
Chance for the lead for Texas. Karan Goudreau missed a pair. And a foul on the rebound will be on McPhee.
That was something I was concerned about, Beth, was the Texas guards' offensive rebounding, because all of the guards for Texas average 3 or 4 rebounds. And when you have a team that has only been out-rebounded 3 times all year, that means your guards are rebounding, and they have an advantage rebounding over Stanford tonight.
So far, it's +4 for the Cardinal, as Atkins has now hit 3 shots in a row, and it's the first lead for Texas.
The defensive player of the year in the Big 12, Breonna Taylor, is guarding Carly Samuelson.
Offensive foul called on Kaylee Johnson. That's her first. We haven't had a whole lot of whistles tonight, Debbie. In fact, just 3 free throw attempts so far in the first half.
Well, look at Texas hasn't even committed a foul yet.
Not in this quarter. Sutton gets a kind bounce, and Texas goes up 5.
And that will be a shot that Tar Vanderveer will let her have every time down the floor. That is only the 9th made 3 of the season, as McCall goes high off the glass.
Able to work it inside. Erica now with a dozen. Atkins will pull up. Bothered by McPhee. There's Marta Sneezik. McPhee dumps it off for Johnson. Lang bothered the shot. Taken away by Johnson. Johnson working inside, got it.
Good repost by Johnson inside, and not to give up on the angle she had. Good bounce pass away from the D.
McCarty, well, they cleared out the side for her, and she scores.
A nice job of taking advantage of a matchup that she can win the foot speed.
Johnson, foul. foul.
Alicia Sutton, the freshman, her 9th of the season.
Thank you very much, Maria. Well, there's a look at your largest margins of victory through the first 2 games of an NCAA tournament, and Baylor has been dominant thus far, and looks like they're on their way again tonight. Erica McCall with 12 points to lead the way for Stanford. A balanced attack. Karan Goudreau off the bench, the leading scorer for Texas with 8 points. Joyner Holmes has been quiet thus far. Neither side is shooting the 3 very well.
Well, Stanford's 1 for 9, and I said they had to make 8 coming into the game to be able to beat Texas because of the athleticism of Texas and the way they defend.
Foul off the ball, and it's an offensive foul on Texas.
A couple things from that last timeout from inside the Texas huddle. They need to clean up their help side defense. They had people out of position. They need to do a better job of being in the right place at the right time. And also they need to do better getting pressure on Stanford in the paint and not giving them easy looks in transition.
I think if you can protect the shoot and you can rebound right now, then you can maybe do a better job of defending Stanford. But right there, nice face cut by McPhee and good catch on the block.
Fouls on LaShawn Higgs, her first.
Situational offense right here against the Texas set defense. This is an opportunity for Stanford to be able to score. It's really important they win these possessions too.
Kick out to McPhee. 1 for 10 now from downtown for Stanford. Texas couldn't figure out the spacing. They'll reset it here with Brooke McCarty. Holmes flashes high, jumps it off for Lang, and fouled by McPhee. Second on Brittany. Coming up on the Northwestern Mutual halftime report. No Turner, no problem for ND. It's the end of the line for Kelsey Plum and Kelsey Mitchell tonight. And Gino sounds off. Did you see him wearing the Quinnipiac t-shirt today? Very nice. Connecticut love for one another.
I wonder what Coach Oriema had to say today. I don't know, so I'm anxious to find out.
I think he was very supportive of the Bobcats, who are from just down the road in the Hartford area. One of 2 double-digit seeds into the Sweet 16. Quinnipiac and Oregon both will be in action tomorrow. Double-digit seeds have only advanced to the Elite 8 twice, and most recently it was Kelsey Graves' Gonzaga team that did it.
Maryland is an elite offensive team, and Oregon will have their hands full trying to advance there. I got Maryland having a big offensive game.
That one is in Bridgeport. Quinnipiac has South Carolina out in Stockton tomorrow evening. 3-pointer's good from Carrington.
Coach Vanderveer had a one-on-one conversation with Carrington today and told her, we need you. You're going to have to be able to make some plays for us, and we're going to need you on a defensive end. She wanted to make sure she had the scout, and she's got it.
Holmes will step into it. Off the mark.
See, what's going on right now with Stanford in the last couple of possessions is they are making Texas take the shots that they want them to take.
Yeah.
Texas has to take the shots they want.
That's going to be an offensive foul. Roberson got the shoulder down. That's her second. Tied at 29, 2:16 to go here in the first half.
I would work Joyner Holmes down to the block right here. I try to get her a touch on the block. Let the Stanford defense collapse around her and trust that she'll be able to make the right read.
She's just 1 for 5 so far in the first half.
There she is.
Holmes able to work it off the glass.
That's what you want to see. You need a bucket, you go to your freshman where she could be unstoppable on the block one-on-one.
Joyner Holmes slamming into press row seems to be okay. Running off a couple of screens. They force her to give it up. It's Alana Smith. And here comes Holmes with a 2-point lead. Under a minute and a half to go. Sutton got it.
That's a big bucket by Sutton for confidence, and it's her second triple.
We weren't sure they'd have her a quad contusion. She got hurt in the second round, but they thought they'd need her outside shooting tonight. McCall going to work on Lang. And walked with it. Well, Madison Square Garden is hosting the NIT Finals. On the men's side, Bakersfield, Georgia Tech, UCF, and TCU. Your games on Tuesday night, the championship Thursday night, the NIT semifinals. Visit ncaa.com for more.
Josh Pastner, Georgia Tech's head coach, the ACC Coach of the Year. When he took the job, they told him, you might not win a game in the league at all. He did a terrific job this year.
Holmes fouled by Smith. Texas confidence growing with each possession here. That's actually going to go on Carrington.
Again, getting the basketball to Joyner Holmes at 6'3" with her skill set where she can really make it tough to defend.
Out of Cedar Hill, Texas. Hit a bit of a wall late in the season. And then 2 weeks off between the Big 12 tournament and the NCAA tournament. So came back with a new mindset, a stronger mentality. She gets to work every day in practice with one of the all-time greats, assistant coach Tina Thompson. One shot here for the Cardinal as they've fallen behind by 7. Samuelson looking for 3. Good box out by Lang, and that'll take care of the first half of play. Texas closes out on a 7-0 run, and that's the lead they will take into the locker room. 20 minutes away from the Elite Eight. And Allison Williams is now standing by with Brooke McCarty.
Thank you very much, Brooke. It wasn't the greatest of starts to the game. What did you sense from when the game started compared to as the half played out?
I think in the beginning we weren't really focusing on our defense, and they got a lot of open looks, and they were executing to a T, so I think we just had to lock up on our D and just keep playing to their discipline.
As a point guard and running this offense, what can you do to look and maybe find Joyner Holmes and get her going in the offense?
Just work through the offense, and when she gets open, just give it to her because she has an advantage, I think.
Brooke, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Allison. 36-29, our score at the half, Texas over Stanford. Stay tuned for the Northwestern Mutual halftime report coming up after this break. Welcome back to the NCAA Women's Championship presented by Capital One. 20 minutes to go for a spot in the Elite Eight, and Texas with the lead over Stanford 36-29. The winner will face Notre Dame. The top seed rolled to a win over Ohio State earlier tonight. Mississippi State knocked out Washington. Baylor with the halftime lead over Louisville. And let's check out our first half highlights. And it was Joyner Holmes trying to get things going for Texas.
6'3" post body, a 6'3" skill set out front. This is what they need more of. Her off the bounce, being able to get to the free throw line. She went 2 for 6 in the first half with 7 points. It's not going to be enough to pull off a win over Erica McCall in Stanford. McCall doing the work on the glass and around the rim.
She went 6 for 9, scored 12 points, and just a moment ago, she was with Allison Williams.
Erica, down 7 here at the half. What's the most important thing you guys need to do to get back in this?
We really have to lock down on defense. I think we have a lot of errors as far as reading the screens, so we really just have to lock down and talk to each other.
From 3-point range, just 2 of 13 as a team. Did you feel like you were able to get some good looks, though? What's the key to getting some of those to fall?
I think we got some good looks. We got to keep moving the ball, set some better screens for our shooters. But I think once that happens, I think we'll be able to knock them down.
Erica, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Allison. And underway in this third quarter.
Texas doing a really nice job playing good defense without fouling a lot in the first half.
Well, Debbie, they have a lead despite the fact they haven't gotten a ton of production from Holmes and McCarty, their top 2 scorers. They went on a 7-0 run to close out the end of that first half. Texas has done a good job of taking away the outside shot of Stanford, as Allison referenced, just 2 for 13 from downtown. Shot clock's at 5. Samuelson fouled on the 3, and a chance for a 4-point play.
Did I just say Texas was disciplined on the defensive end?
I think I heard that.
I did say that. This is a big play out of the locker room for Stanford. Dribble handoff.
That's the defensive player of the year in the Big 12, by the way, committing that.
Well, and Samuelson missed a free throw.
And they've got a chance for another possession.
This could be a 6-point play.
Here's McPhee trying to do just that, and she does. That 7-point deficit is down to 1.
In 1 minute out of the locker room, Stanford put the momentum right in their hip pocket.
A 6-point trip for the Cardinal.
A sagging man-to-man. This is a very much assignment-driven defensive personnel scout.
Kelsey Lang good from 15 feet. McCarty with the assist.
And Tara Vanderveer will say, okay, if you're going to beat us, Joyner Holmes and Brooke McCarty are not going to be the players that beat them.
McPhee on the drive, lost it out of bounds. Stanford wanted a foul or a tip, and the officials are going to talk it over. And it will stay Texas ball. Usually when you see one official come in to make a correction, it sticks. Holmes.
Okay, look at the
will sag way off her.
And see, that right there is not a good foul by Atkins trying to post up. There's no space to get that ball in there anyway. You know what I mean? Like, they're sagging way off. And Karen Aston can't believe the call.
Well, I think she thinks it was a makeup from the whistle at the other end. There's a kick by Atkins.
There's no such thing as a makeup call, Beth. Come on. Watch right here. See, now to me,
wow.
I don't know about that.
Bad.
That was a judgment call.
Ah, there you go again, you and your judgments. McPhee on the drive, draws the foul.
Remember, this Stanford team won 30 games this year, and they come in here winning 6 in a row, including winning the Pac-12 championship. For Tara Vanderveer, the 12th time she's won their conference tournament.
She has been so proud of how the conference has evolved and improved for a couple of decades. It was Stanford and nobody else. Right. And now Last year, you had 2 teams at the Final Four. Stanford wasn't one of them. And this year, a record 5 teams from the league in the Sweet 16. A lot of the other coaches give Tara credit for helping elevate everybody else.
She has always carried the banner for West Coast basketball.
Holmes, nice move inside.
Look how quickly she catches and gets in the air into her shot.
McCall trying to work, steps to the left. Held ball, going to Texas.
And watch the high-low game and the effort that Texas makes right here. Look at the pass by Lang away from the defense. Holmes finishes with her left. If you're a player that has size and you play around the rim, you have to be able to score with both hands.
Lang, by the way, now has 3 assists. Feeding out of that high post spot.
There's the double team.
And Holmes gets it back to Lang, missed the layup.
Oh, what a pass by Sneezek. Beautiful in transition.
Smith with the bucket. She's got 4. Back to a 1-point game.
They're really sagging on Joyner Holmes now.
Taylor on the drive. They're going to call the block on Stanford. I believe that's going to be on Carly Samuelson. That's her first foul. Atkins will look for 3, and she's got it. Curling around the screen.
Coming into the game, Texas had only made 68 threes in Big 12 play, and Atkins and McCarty made 58 of them. You can't let them get set outside the arc.
Smith back-to-back buckets.
I like the way this game is going, Beth, right here. Possession for possession.
McCarty on the drive, around and out. Rebounded by McCall. Brooke is just 2 for 4 tonight. 4 points, but she's got 5 assists and 4 rebounds. Atkins jumping into the passing lane for the steal.
She shortcuts it, and it's a beautiful play defensively.
Atkins now with 12 to lead the way for Texas. She led the Big 12 in steals this year. Samuelson. They are just 4 for 16 from deep. Tough pass from Holmes. And it's McCall.
Threw it off the backboard. And it allows Stanford to transition on it.
An outlet pass to McCall is what it ended up being.
I was watching Joyner Holmes. She got the ball and she looked up the floor and her eyes went right to the rim, just like a point guard. But I don't know if Kelsey Lane could have caught that at the corner of the backboard.
A little bit out of her reach. Atkins, tough pass in traffic, and it's going to be a foul on Texas. We've got a 2-point game here in Lexington. Well, let's take you back to the last time a team beat UConn. What was that, 109 games ago? It was Stanford in Maples Pavilion over 2 seasons ago. And there were a handful of Stanford players on the floor that day that are still around. An 88-86 win in overtime. The last team to beat Connecticut. And of course, John Samuelson, he's here in the house tonight watching daughter Carly. And then first thing in the morning, he will be racing off to Connecticut to see Katie Lou play tomorrow in Bridgeport against UCLA. That's a 1:30 tip in the Sweet 16. And then if Stanford were to win this game tonight, he may have to come back to Lexington and then go all the way back to Bridgeport for their Elite Eight game if the Huskies win. And Allison, he's going to be a busy man here possibly in the next 72 hours.
He is, Beth, and it starts as soon as this game ends. He's actually driving to Cincinnati, flying out of there, connecting through Detroit into Hartford, then driving an hour to Bridgeport. I will tell you, though, he does not have a return flight booked to Lexington. He says you don't take anything for granted, but he will be here. He said, I'll drive it if I have to.
We understand Mom is home, keeping an eye on the dogs, and is a bit on the nervous side watching the girls play, and may feel a little more at ease at home. She'd love to be able to go watch both of them at the Final Four. McCarty able to save it. They're going to have to hustle here to get a shot up. They do get it up just in time.
Good clock awareness by Texas to be able to get a shot off.
I think we've got an over-the-back foul here. We do on Karan Goudreau. And that is her third. And that will have Kaylee Johnson shooting the two shots here. Now Stanford in the bonus.
During the last timeout, Debbie, Karen Aston really not happy with her team's lack of urgency. She said, collectively, we are lacking urgency. There'll be one person that has it, and then nobody else will. And she said, if you keep standing around, you're going to get beat. You turn the ball over, you jog back, you're going to get beat. You have to start hustling right now. It is a test of your toughness.
Well, I like the message for an intangible, but I also think from an X and O standpoint, Joyner Holmes needs to get back on the floor. Joyner is the player that really Stanford can't guard. However, with her on the bench right now, the space opens up a little bit. They're going to go to their horn set.
Holmes on the bench, 9 points. Atkins has 12 to lead the way. Brooke McCarty, the Big 12 Player of the Year, only 4 points so far.
Texas really got a good look that time, but McCarty needs to also start seeking some shots.
Yeah. Texas defense has taken away the 3 ball from Stanford. 14 points from McCall to lead the way. She's the only player in double figures. Here is Samuelson looking for 3, and she's got it.
Where she works so hard without the basketball.
John likes it, and the Cardinal are back in front.
Most people's shooting pocket is around their waist. Her shooting pocket is up around her ear. And if you put it right there, she's going to launch it quickly.
Atkins off the crossover, had it blocked, and then a foul. Let's go back to Carly.
Look how she loads that thing up. Elbow under the ball, beautiful release. And a reaction by her dad.
Third all-time. At Stanford. She was big in the Sweet 16 last year for them. Scored 20 points, hit 5 threes in their upset win over Notre Dame. A team they'd like to play again in the Elite Eight.
I think she's really unfazed. I mean, to get here, Kansas State, I watched the game. They played her in a box and one almost the whole game. First time she's ever been in a box and one.
Here she is again. Got another one. Uh-oh. Third all-time in makes, but second in percentage. Only Jennifer Azzi better in Stanford history. And here they go again, off the takeaway. McPhee.
That's 4 triples for Stanford in this quarter. Remember the 2 they started out the half with, and then the 2 Samuelson just hit.
And that's Samuelson telling McPhee, hey, that's not the shot we need. I got the hot hand. We need to circulate that back around. McPhee will check out.
Especially, Beth, because on that penetration by McPhee, Samuelson was filling behind that penetration.
Yes. Third foul, by the way, on McPhee. 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. Joyner Holmes is back in the game.
Boy, that is a terrible-looking shot.
Off the mark.
You know what?
You like her better on the block, don't you?
I do. I like her with her back to the basket right now because Stanford is going to double her and let her make a pass and play through the double team. She averages 2 assists a game.
Another tough shot there from Stanford. That will allow Texas to push. McCarty floats one up baseline. One and done.
And that's the thing, again, Beth. Sneezik right there on the catch, forcing it tough, too.
Smith inside to McCall. Mismatch down low, and she scores.
And when Stanford runs the floor hard and they space it out with those three-point shooters, it is tough to guard McCall on the middle of the floor.
Stanford opening it up. 52-47, a minute 12 to go in the third. They weren't knocking down the threes in the first half, but Debbie, they've hit 4 of them here in the third quarter.
Well, it's made a significant difference, including a 6-point play to start the third quarter. Good spacing when they push and when they run, they get the shots that they want. And they can hoop and they're smart.
Nerd Nation's doing the math. They've outscored Texas 23-11 here in the third quarter.
When they met the first time this year, Texas had 20 offensive rebounds. They have 5 in the game. Stanford actually has more. They have 10. And overall, Stanford is winning the battle on the glass, +5.
Yeah, and you referenced it earlier. They've only been out-rebounded 3 times all year, right? Texas.
That's right. That's the play I want to see.
Then Holmes missed it, but got fouled.
I don't think Coach Vanderveer is going to like that call. That was a great set off the timeout by Texas. That's where I want to see Joyner Holmes. You can't guard her. She's too tough and too physical inside. Watch this right here. I didn't see a foul from that angle, and we had a different angle here.
That's the third, by the way, on McCall. Holmes at the line. She's a Kobe Bryant fan. That's why she wears number 24. But that was also the number of Clarissa Davis, who led Texas to a national championship in this building as a freshman in 1986. The first team to ever go undefeated and win the NCAA championship under Jody Conrad. This is our first trip back here, they were saying earlier today. Under 10 on the shot clock. And they turn it over. There's a look at Jody Conrad, winner of 900 games, including the 86 title with Davis and Andrea Lloyd and Fran Harris, Cammie Etheridge.
I got to call Coach Conrad's win number 900 in the Big 12 tournament, and she told me today that she doesn't remember anything about that championship except for the game. She doesn't know where she stayed. She can't remember what they did while they were here. All she remembers is the game.
Last touched and out of bounds to Texas. Shot clock's off, 14 seconds in the quarter.
Texas spent a lot of time at shoot-around today working on their baseline out-of-bounds plays.
Holmes no good, and a foul on the rebound. Lang going over the back. That'll be her second.
Well, that's a costly foul because that puts Erica McCall on the free throw line.
We go back to that 6-point possession at the start of the third quarter when this was a 7-point Texas lead. And that changed the momentum in Stanford's favor. (17 tonight for McCall.
Substitution for defensive purposes to get a more athletic player on the floor. Texas will have an opportunity for a shot here. They've got about 5 or 6 dribbles to get up the floor.
Curious here that they're going to put it in Taylor's hands instead of McCarty's. Atkins, McCarty, and they do not get a shot off.
Too slow developing.
I'm surprised they didn't have McCarty bring the ball up and try to do something on her own. Stanford with the lead. We'll hear from Tara in a moment.
Welcome back to our Sweet 16 matchup between Texas and Stanford to start the fourth quarter, joined by Cardinal head coach Tara Vanderveer. Coach, you went from down 7 at the half to now up 5. How?
You know, I think our team is taking care of the ball a little bit better. We're rebounding better, and we're knocking down some shots. So I'm really proud of how we battled. It was nice to get back-to-back threes to go from 7 to 1. So this is the fourth quarter. We got to really play great in the fourth quarter.
Some of the shots you made came from 3, which was not the case in the first half. What have you seen from Carly Samuelson?
Well, we struggled in the first half, but I'm really proud of how our team battled back, and we need 10 minutes of great Stanford basketball.
Tara, thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, Allison. And it was that 6-point possession to open up the third quarter that got Stanford rolling. They outscored Texas 25-13 in the third stanza. Reminder tonight after the game at Sports Center at night with Hassel and Kearney, breaking down the men's and women's Sweet 16. Sports Center at night also streaming live on your ESPN app. McCall with 18, Samuelson with 14 for the Cardinal, 14 for Atkins, and 11 for Holmes for Texas. Big 12 Player of the Year, Brooke McCarty, just 2 for 6, 4 points, 5 assists. Winner will play Notre Dame Sunday at noon for a spot in the Final Four.
Good skip off the double team, wide open by Sneezik. You're going to have to be able to knock down shots now.
Foul's going to be on Sneezik, trying to force her way through the screen.
If you're Tara Vanderveer, you're saying Joyner Holmes has 11, Brooke McCarty has 4, and everyone else has been forced to make plays. I think she'd be happy with holding those two to a combined 15, but they're really going to have to make sure they get on the glass and they D up here in the fourth quarter.
They have continued to out-rebound Texas. McCall faces up.
McCall's not even looking at the basket on that reverse pivot.
Alana Smith. Tough shot. And McCall cleans it up. She's got 20.
They have 16 points off of 11 offensive rebounds.
It's got them the 7-point lead. McCarty floats one up.
And she snakes behind that step-up screen, and she makes an attempt at a tough 2. That's the kind of D that Stanford has offered. Again, another tough floater.
And this time it's out of bounds to the Cardinal.
There's no space because Texas can't make a 3. And Stanford has continued to collapse on the interior with their sagging man.
Smith turns into traffic. Last touch by the Longhorns.
Coach Vanderveer looking for a foul. I just love it when the officials say to the coaches, that's not my coverage area. Good teamwork.
Smith with a nice run to the rim. And it's the largest lead of the night for the Cardinal. McCarty, that's 3 shots in a row for her. Blocked out of bounds by Stanford.
There's a sense of urgency for Stanford, and there appears to be a sense of panic out of Texas right now. Brooke McCarty's got to find a way to get herself free and not feel rushed offensively.
On the drive, Higgs and 1.
I like the way McCarty breaks that huddle because it gives me a sense that she understands the sense of what needs to take place right here. Good take, good strong finish, good trip to the free throw line necessary right here for Higgs.
I think they gave the foul to Samuelson. That's her second. Higgs 53% at the line. Missed it.
Well, Atkins is right on the hip of Samuelson.
On the drive and the blow-by, missed the layup.
Listen, you got to finish that because Atkins can't help off a shooter in the corner. You have a wide-open layup opportunity.
Higgs from McCarty.
Beth, I'm sorry. That's a 4-point swing. It's the 2 points you don't make as a layup, and it's the 2 you give up in transition on the other end.
Excuse me. Yeah, that was Higgs with the bucket. Here's McPhee. McCall with the catch, blocked by Lang. Held ball, going to the horns.
Kelsey Lang has been a terrific shot blocker all season. 6th all-time in career block shots in the history of Texas basketball. Watch right here. That's all ball and a good call.
Atkins looking for 3.
Texas as a team shoots 45% from the floor during the season. They're shooting 39% in the game.
Samuelson trying to step back behind McCall. Texas trying to take her away here in the 4th quarter. They're forcing Snezik to take shots, and she's called for the charge.
Snezik has been able to take up the space that Texas has given her as McCarty goes under the screen and beats her to the spot. I guess, but that's a judgment call.
McCarty picked. Snezik's got it. Looking for someone to run with, and that's a tough pass.
Coach Vanderveer is getting ready to tell Marta that she better make the right play right here or else.
Trying to stay positive. Snezik with a couple of turnovers in a row, and now the official's going to talk.
Well, some players you can pat them on the back. Other players, you have to get in their grill. And Coach Vanderveer knows how to manage as well and as good as anybody has ever done it in the history of our game. Even she remarks that how amazing she thinks it is that this team won 30 games this year.
Oh, and that extra time gave her time to rethink the Snezik decision. And Marta comes out and Roberson comes on. Tara Vanderveer, 31 years now at Stanford with a couple of national championships. Back in the early 90s, a gold medal as the Olympic coach in 96. She's in the Naismith Hall of Fame. Few have done it better. Higgs.
Yeah, see, here's what I don't understand about that. Karan Goudreau is trying to set a screen right there, and all Samuelson is trying to do is go under it. And every time she tries to go under it, Karan Goudreau moves again. And then the foul is called on Samuelson.
That's her 3rd now. Under 6 minutes to go in a 5-point game. On the drive, and a foul. Gonna go on Alana Smith, so the foul's starting to pile up. That's her 1st. Texas is already in the bonus. Atkins, an 81% free throw shooter from the same high school, the same hometown as Tamika Catchings, Duncanville, Texas. She's been a difference maker for them tonight. 15 points.
Yeah, she's tough.
After foul problems, kept her quiet through the first couple of rounds. Here she is defending on McPhee. McPhee, backdoor and 1.
You talk about toughness. That is a tough finish by McPhee. She catches in traffic. Watch how many Texas jerseys are around this catch. Higgs late. The last time these two teams played, Beth, Texas scored on 8 different backdoor cuts in place. They had 8 different baskets on backdoor cuts.
Texas or Stanford?
Stanford scored.
Yeah. There's Atkins with the counter. Roberson looking for 3. That's off the mark.
They used Samuelson as a decoy that time. She went away from the stagger.
Higgs blocked. Held ball. This one's going to the Cardinal. 4-point game. Under 5 minutes to go for a spot in the Elite Eight. Thank you, Maria. Nina Davis doing the job. 21 points to lead Baylor. Will it be a big night for the Big 12? Texas has some work to do, as it looks like Baylor is going to move on. Right now, though, it's Stanford up 4.
They ran that same stagger screen play that Samuelson went away from. This time they put Alana Smith in the shooter position.
Roberson tries for 3, and that goes.
And I'm telling you who made that basket. Tara Vanderveer made that basket because when Roberson went to the bench of the timeout, she looked at her and said, you got to make shots. You got to make shots. She encouraged her.
Just missed one before the timeout and knocks that one down. Joyner Holmes misses, kept alive by McPhee. Stanford will push, and then Roberson will slow it down. Under 4 minutes to go. Winner gets Notre Dame on Sunday. Roberson trying for another. Off the mark. She needs to talk to Tara again after that one, Jimmy.
Oh, that's not good.
Needs a pep talk. Joyner Holmes gets it right back from Lang.
That's what she needs to do. That's a terrific piece of execution. Relocate after you make the entry to the post. And if your relocation is 10 feet from the basket, shoot it.
13 now for Joyner. Samuelson. Bumped by Lang. The men's NIT semifinals come your way on Tuesday with the championship on Thursday. It's Georgia Tech, Bakersfield, UCF, and TCU. Visit NCAA.com, the home for all 90 NCAA championships. Stanford women's volleyball team won the national championship this year. And the women's hoopsters have a go at it.
4 out, 1 in right now. Oh, I'd stay in a 2-man game on that side of the floor with McCall.
McPhee, got bailed out on the way up. Fouled by Atkins. 3rd on Atkins, under 3 minutes left. Player who has made big improvements to her offensive game this year, Brittany McPhee. Up to 13 points per game on the season. And she's got 12 tonight, but is she going to get another shot here on a violation?
Holmes didn't make contact on that box out. I'd spin off it. That time she does.
Off the miss.
They ran this set at the end of the Baylor game. This was their game winner with Holmes into an on-ball. Too slow developing.
And they keep Holmes out away from the basket. Now she's down by the rim. McCarty, floater bothered. And Stanford tracks it down. They've got numbers on the push.
Stanford's defense outstanding.
Stripped by McCarty.
Good D by McCarty.
Holmes filling a lane. Missed it. Second chance up and in. 4-point game. 2 minutes to go.
Carly Samuelson trying to tough it out right here. She looks a little fatigued. They have really worn her down off the ball.
Smith fouled by Holmes. That's the 4th foul on Texas, so the next one will send Stanford to the line. And that is the 4th foul on Lang. They're going to say this was a shooting foul, however. 4th team foul. Are they going to change the foul here? Yes, they are. So it's the 3rd on Holmes. Smith able to knock down the 1st.
I like that 1-4 high set that Karen Aston runs. I think that's a good set for them, but they got to get into it quicker.
Still a 2-possession game.
See, they're going to it again. They run off the Iverson, the misdirection over here to Sutton.
They're going to get her the ball this time. McCarty for 3, no. Terrific rebound, McPhee. And McCall's saying, hey, pull this back out, Sneezik, work some clock.
You got to be tough with the basketball right here.
McPhee swatted by Holmes and a foul on the second shot as McCall crashed the boards.
Erica McCall has gotten every offensive rebound when you knew Stanford needed it. Watch this swat by Holmes. She and Atkins collide, and then McCall stays with it. When 3 players go to block a shot, you should be able to get the offensive rebound.
Texas was worried about this when we talked to them. We've got to limit the second chances for Stanford. They've only been out-rebounded 3 times all year. They're going to get out-rebounded tonight by the Cardinal.
Iowa State out-rebounded by 2, West Virginia by 7, and Baylor by 8 in the last regular season game.
And they're -8 right now on the boards. McCall gets the second free throw to go. 8-point lead for Stanford.
Trying to get McCarty the basketball.
Foul on the drive. Texas started out the year with a loss to Stanford in their season opener. They're trying not to end their season. Bookend it with a loss to Stanford. Holmes stays on the sideline here for Texas after getting hit in the face on that last block shot at the other end.
Going offense and defense here, Karen Aston putting Taylor back on the floor. The defensive player of the year in the Big 12.
Full court pressure. And the foul is going to be called on McCarty.
Look how tough Sneezik is with the basketball right there. She is not going to let them trap her, and she was not going to let them steal it.
Sophomore out of McLean, Virginia. She was the starter the first half of the season. Then Roberson took over. We've seen mostly Sneezik here in the 4th quarter. Roberson getting ready to check back in.
For the shooter, which is Sneezik. I thought she was going to check in for the shooter only because she could stop the clock that way.
Instead, it's Smith.
I mean, not stop the clock, but set your defense. Clock's not running.
Atkins will push, and it's stolen by Sneezik.
You got to lay that in. Oh, I would have laid it in. She wants to take some time. Texas is going to have to get the steal here, or they're going to go to foul.
They will foul Roberson with 50 seconds to go.
I would have got 2 more points to make it 10 there, Beth. You had a wide open layup.
I think she was worried that McCarty was going to catch her. Let's see how close Brooke was coming.
This is an incredible pick right there.
Great pick. Roberson's got it. This one to bump it up to a 10-point lead. McCarty off the window, and a quick timeout after the make.
So Tara Vanderveer can call a timeout if she wants to advance the ball so she doesn't have to go against Texas full court pressure.
Let's see if she will right here. They've got 3 left. And did not see yet if she chose to use that timeout. But we've got 72-64, Stanford on top, 45 seconds to play. The winner will face Notre Dame in the Elite Eight on Sunday. And now for Texas, anticipating here some more pressure, regardless of whether it's full court or half.
Yeah, no, I think Tara Vanderveer is going to call a timeout so that she doesn't have to go against that full court pressure. It's too much length and athleticism. You don't want to turn it over that far underneath the basket. And she is going to call a timeout.
Yeah. They could not have advanced it on Texas's timeout. They had to call their own here to be able to advance to midcourt. Muffet McGraw and her husband looking on. As it stands right now, it would be the 3rd year in a row that Notre Dame and Stanford would meet. Last year, Stanford knocked out the Fighting Irish. 2 years ago, the Fighting Irish knocked out the Cardinal.
Isn't it interesting how they end up in the same side of the bracket all the time, in the same regional, in the same place in Lexington?
Muffet and Tara, Tara and Muffet. Texas, though, still has a chance. 45 seconds, down 8.
I should say, should Stanford hang on here.
So there is the advance to midcourt.
There's time for Texas.
Out of bounds to Texas.
Yeah, you can review it.
Melissa Barlow saying, wait a second.
We're going to go take a look at it. And they should. Inside 2 minutes, you can take a look at the monitor at this play.
It's going to allow the coaches another teams here.
That looks like it went off the foot of Joyner Holmes. This does essentially serve as a timeout for both clubs.
Both teams are in the bonus, so a Texas foul would put Stanford on the line. Possession arrow is with Texas. Yeah, that's kicked by Joyner Holmes. Does it hit Roberson on the way out of bounds? Does not.
No. So this shouldn't take much longer.
Here's a different angle. Yeah. Right.
Okay, I don't know how many more angles you need.
Boom. Off her foot.
This is, you know what I'm fearful of, Beth, in this situation? That the rules committee is going to take a timeout away from coaches, because at the end of every game we have a monitor review, which serves as a timeout. I hope that doesn't happen.
Oh, you mean take it away from them?
From the coaches, yeah. Just take a timeout away.
Yeah.
Go on. Next year will be a rules change year.
Okay, come on now. Are they checking to see how much time came off? Well, now they've switched out officials to get a new set of eyes on. 18 for Atkins, 15 for Holmes, your leading scorers for Texas. For Stanford tonight, McCall with 22, McPhee had 12, Smith with 10. Notre Dame beat Ohio State earlier tonight, 99-76. It was a career-high 32 points for Enrique Agumbawale. Only 6 Notre Dame players scored, but they were all in double digits.
Great balance. They share the basketball, and, you know, minus Brianna Turner, their All-American candidate, who was a Defensive Player of the Year in the ACC, who tore her ACL in the last game. Not available, and the first time the Irish show up without her, they play small and they play great.
It's going to stay with Stanford, so they reverse the call.
Shocking.
Upon further review. And so now Texas is going to have to try for a quick steal and then foul. Even if they can tie him up, they've got the possession now. Music's got to hurry.
Good D by Texas again, forcing Stanford, you know, looking to get a 5-second count. Or if they could get one right here and go down and hit a 3, that would be huge.
They put Kelsey Lang on the inbound, making it tough for Sneezik to see. And there is the foul.
Remember, there's no more 1-and-1, so there's 2 free throws here.
Yep. First foul on Sutton will get McCall to the line. She's 4 for 4 tonight. This is something that a lot of people hope the Rules Committee will take another look at. And can we reintroduce 1-and-1s, if for no other reason, late in games?
I hope we have done the research and put the data together. I would really, and I really hope they're transparent about it.
Yep.
Well, I was going to say you could get a quick 2, but if you're going to take that much time, you might need a 3.
High off the window.
And Stanford, do they have no more timeouts left, Beth? They could advance the basketball if they wanted.
There is a foul on Carly Samuelson. Will get her to the line. 0 for 1 today.
Stanford actually has 2 timeouts left, and Tara Vanderveer elected not to use one there.
There's her dad, John. After the game, as Allison reported, driving up to Cincinnati for a flight tomorrow to Connecticut to go see younger sister Katie Lou with UConn. They've got a 1:30 tip in Bridgeport against UCLA. There's a timeout for Texas, so they will advance to midcourt. Their last timeout, so they can't do that anymore.
60-second timeout.
Let's take a look at today's Capital One Cup impact performance. Carly Samuelson, a big third quarter to put Stanford on top.
She worked hard without the basketball all game, and Texas put one of their best defenders. They had length and they had athleticism on her all night, and she found a way. And she sets her feet and gets her elbow under the ball. It is money. So consistent. One of the best three-point shooters in the history of Stanford basketball. Her dad, John, absolutely loves it.
Our Capital One Cup impact performance. Carly Samuelson, I believe it was Samuelson with the quick 3, and then it was McPhee with the 3 off the offensive rebound after they missed the free throw. A 6-point possession early in the third quarter that changed this game.
I am impressed by the toughness and the resolve of Stanford. And as you always, the Tara Vanderveer game plan looks like it might stick.
Trying to run McCarty off some screens. It's Sutton that will step into a three. McCall with the rebound and a foul.
Stanford has owned the glass. Erica McCall has been fantastic inside.
Double-double now for McCall. 23 points, 11 rebounds. They are still +7 on the boards against a Texas team whose rebound margin for the year was +11.
You know, coming into the game, Beth, remember I told you they had to hit 8 threes. They've hit 7. They had to stay even on the glass. You said they're plus. They had to be +5 at the free throw line.
+7.
+7.
Look at you, Math
And
Wiz.
they had to be +8 on the situational offense versus a set D. Well, I don't think we tracked that. But I will go back and look at it and let you know tomorrow.
I know you will. Synergy.
Absolutely.
Roberson hits the second. It's a 9-point game. As the final seconds tick away on Texas, Higgs missed it. McCarty. Her two will be short. McCall with another rebound and a foul. And the Stanford Cardinal are heading back to the Elite Eight. They were here a year ago in this building and lost to Washington. A step away from the Final Four, and now they will face Notre Dame Sunday at noon for a berth in the Final Four. It'll be a matchup of two former champs. And it will be Muffet and Tara, the only two coaches left in the tournament that have an NCAA tournament win over Connecticut. .23 points for Erica McCall to lead the way. 15 for Carly Samuelson. And the Stanford Cardinal, just like they did at the start of the season, a win over Texas, they will end the Longhorn season here in the Sweet 16. As Ariel Atkins fouls out.
Well, the core of this Texas team will be back next year, and they are going to be tough. Brooke McCarty, the player of the year in the Big 12, will return, and I cannot wait to see what Joyner Holmes looks like as a sophomore for Karen Aston.
McCall checks out of the game. It's a standing O from the Stanford crowd. Meanwhile, in Oklahoma City tonight, Baylor is cruising. The Lady Bears will knock out Louisville and advance to the Elite Eight. So in Oklahoma City, it's going to be Baylor and Mississippi State. And here in Lexington, it will be Notre Dame and Stanford in the region final. They win it 77-66. And it's win number 1,011 for Tara Vanderveer.
Number 31 on the season for Coach Vanderveer. What a big win to send her team to the Elite Eight. Impressive win, good balance, great job on the glass, good toughness around the rim. And a defensive game plan that limited Texas to the shots that Stanford wanted them to take.
So the Cardinals celebrate at midcourt. They join Notre Dame. It's the top two seeds in the Lexington region. It's going to be the top two seeds in the Oklahoma City region as well. Baylor will advance to face Mississippi State on Sunday as well. Erica McCall leading the way with 23 points, 12 rebounds. And Carly Samuelson is now with our Allison.
Thank you very much, Beth. Carly, congratulations on the win. It took a second half comeback. What was the turning point in this game?
I think coming out after halftime, we lost the second quarter. They made a run, and we came out hard. We hit 2 threes at the start, and that got us right back in it, so it was great.
When you hit that three. What did that do for your confidence going forward after you went 1 for 4 from three-point range in the first half?
I think when anybody hits a three on your team, it brings energy. I think our energy was a little low in the second quarter, and we talked about it to bring it in the second half, and a three can do that for you.
So you'll advance to the Elite Eight. You'll take on Notre Dame. Third year in a row, you'll face them in the tournament. What are your thoughts on facing the Fighting Irish?
I'm excited. I mean, we're back here in Lexington. I love this gym, and it'll be a good game.
I know you have a lot of work to do to prepare for them, but will you be able to watch UConn tomorrow and your younger sister?
Oh, I hope so. I'll watch the game.
Awesome, Carly. Thank you so much. Congratulations.
Thank you.
77-66, our final score. Stanford a winner over Texas. For Debbie Antonelli, Allison Williams, I'm Beth Mowens. We'll see you back here in Lexington Sunday afternoon. Now it's off to SportsCenter with Chris and Lisa.